Hi, welcome to Smack's video tutorials. In this tutorial we'll look at the news ticker. This is basically a scrolling bar on the home page, normally on the home page, that shows items that is really worth looking at, or latest news or something. I'm sure that there's many uses for this. So let's go in and have a look at this. So we go to settings and we go news ticker. And here we can see we've got two items that we've added at the moment. So let's have a look to see how they look. So we go on here, we preview our site, and we can see here we've got fully responsive, and that will just then switch to another one in a second. There we go. So this could be latest news, it could be anything you can add in here. This is completely up to you what you add. So let's now go back to our news ticker. So to edit our entries, we click on here and we can edit just as in a normal WYSIWYG editor. We can make this italic, we can make it green, save, and now we preview that. So we can see here we've got that working nicely. Okay, so that's working very well. So let's add another one. Let's add another news ticker event. Add. I really like this system. Bold and red. There we go. So now let's have a look. So we've got one area here. We've got the second news item comes up, and we've got our third news item comes up. No, now this is a very important point. When we create our news ticker items, it's basically the shell of the whole website. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're generating a container for our content. So we don't want to be working out how this is set up each time. We want to store it for future use. So this whole shell that we use, the background image, this here, is stored on the database. We only are interested in these items here. So to update the news ticker, this is where this icon comes in. Now there'll be many video tutorials on this, and what this does is it refreshes our main holding template. So the main shell that encompasses our whole website will be refreshed. So it means that the server is not looking at this each time, it's all ready for us, which means the site loads really super quick. So let's now click on this one, and now when we refresh now, we'll see we'll have our third news ticker entry coming up now. So there you go. So we've had to refresh. I'm glad that I could show you that, because it's really important. And then we've got our order. Now you can just click on the order and that will do. Let's put really like the system 1 and that 1 3. Yeah. So now let's refresh that. So to make these changes we also have to refresh, and now we'll have our really like the system first. So it's very nice indeed, the news ticker system. And let's have a look here. Very nice indeed. We can put images in there, we can have all sorts in here. So the second thing is a bit more complicated, but I think now that we're on the news ticker it's worth showing you, because news ticker can also be driven from content that you've added. So the news ticker could be driven from news, could be driven from diary dates. So every diary date that you add in here, you don't need to add to the news news ticker. The news ticker can be driven from this content. So the news ticker, I think, takes the latest 10 items, I think it does, and has a link. So anything you add in here, diary dates, could be dynamically generated in the news ticker, but we need to set that up. So this is a bit more advanced, but I'm just going to show you while we're on news items here. So we've got the news ticker, edit, and in here we can see add dynamic data, and we're going to get that dynamic data from diary dates. And we got 14. Yeah. Okay, so now we need a refresh as well because we've changed the template system. So we refresh that, and now what we're seeing now is our news ticker. The data is getting from our diary dates list. So take that off so you can see the news ticker working. So now what we can do is we can click on that and we'll go bang straight into it. Example meeting. So you can see how you don't need to add news ticker items. You can directly generate the news ticker items from the diary dates, and you will then link to those pages. That's it's quite nice. And then in the responsive tool in here, we've got news ticker, we've got we've got the background color, the color of the text, the font size. We can also drive the news ticker from news, render. We can select a category even to render the news. So it's very, very powerful. Let me just click on here, add entries. So we can add images, delete news ticker items. Very, very nice indeed. So it just gives our website a bit more interest, shows that it's up to date, and we want to make sure that if we do that, it's very, very easy. And you can see that we've combined the two. We've combined our customized entries, but also we're seeing the dynamic entries. So we're seeing the diary dates displayed as well as our manual entries that we've uploaded. So that's quite nice. You can see that now. And yeah, we think that works really well. And that when you hover over here, it stops. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. Thank you for watching.